welcome back to Lauren's Take. Okay, so I already filmed this video a little while ago, but I realized that I waited too long to actually tell you guys what the video was actually about. So we're going to do it again, and this video, as you can see from the title, is my mid-year wrap-up video. We're going to try it, see what happens, and yeah, let's get started. All right, so as you guys know, some of these I've already kind of told you about what I've been reading, all that good stuff, but I'm gonna just go through everything, hopefully quickly. I'm not gonna give any reviews or anything. I just may say, I really like this book, or it could have been better, and maybe give you what I've rated it on Goodreads, because as you know, that's all I do. I do pretty much all my reviews of books and everything. I always rate it after I finish. So if you would like to go follow me on Goodreads, go ahead. My name is Lauren Bellamy on there. But anyway, so the first book that I read this year was The Voting Booth by Brandon Colbert. So this book was so cute. I really enjoyed it. I definitely, pretty sure I gave it 5 out of 5 stars because I read it in less than a day and it was just so cute. Black love. We love it. And it was just so perfect for the time period that we had like just left last year. So and it came out last year as well. So I really enjoyed that book. The second book that I read was Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare, which of course is the second book in the Last Hours trilogy. Just found out that I have to wait over another year for Chain of Thorns, which of course is the third book in the trilogy for the Last Hours. So your girl is very depressed, especially after everything that happened in Chain of Iron. Remember, I definitely did a review on that earlier. So if you want to go check out that video because you haven't checked it out already, please make sure to go do so. But yeah, that book messed me up, like all of her books do. But you know, I was a wreck after that. But anyway, yeah, bear with me. This phone. I am trying something new today. I'm recording on my phone today. I've been recording on my laptop for the past few videos ever since I came back, actually. But I got a new phone and it's very nice and high tech. As you can see, you can like literally see everything. But right now I have it propped up on a monitor. So yeah, buy a pop socket. So bear with your girl. But anyway, the third book that I read this year was A Song of Riot and Ruin by Roseanne Brown, which is a story that actually came out last year. It took me forever to finish this book. I don't know why. It was like, I think it took, but it did. I rated it 4 stars because it really, for me, took a long time for it to get good. And there's another book that I read that I'm going to talk to you guys in a few minutes about that also took a little while for me to kind of get into it. Not that it's bad, it's just it was slow. It was slow. But once we got to like page 200 something, I just couldn't stop reading it. So overall good book, just 4 stars because it took me a while to finish it. Then I read the Grisha trilogy because Shadow and Bone was coming out, and y'all, I know, are probably already shading me because you're like, Lauren, how the heck did you wait that long to read that story? I don't know. I don't know. All 3 books, how did you wait? Don't know. But I did, okay? And we good. We are good. And I'm almost finished. I'm almost finished with one of the books that I'm going to talk about later at the end of this video, but so that would include Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, as well as Ruin and Rising, which are all the Grisha trilogy. So those are the first 3 books in all of Grisha Chronicles, whatever. These were the first 3 books. So of course this takes place before Six of Crows and all that good stuff. In the show Shadow and Bone, of course, most of it is kind of based off of Shadow and Bone. So the first book. So yeah, it's a little bit of Six of Crows, like the characters mixed in, not their storylines, more so their kind of what happened in the past. It's kind of connected, but that's not really like the main point of it. But anyway, yeah. So I really enjoyed those stories, definitely. Yeah. So the next book that I read was Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Promise. And as I binged Avatar: The Last Airbender for the very first time last year, don't kill me. Of course I had to read the comics because that's the story continued, and so you get to see Aang and Katara and Zuko and Sokka, and Suki and everybody, Appa and Momo, you know, all the crew, the whole crew. And oh my gosh, Top, how could I forget about Top? So yeah, that was really good. And I do like graphic novels because I can read them fast. I can read them fast. And of course that was perfect and I loved it. But anyway, the next book that I read was Eris, apparently, which came out last year, late last year actually, by Diana Ma. So I found out there is going to be a sequel for this. I'm pretty sure it's coming out next year in 2022. I am so happy about that. I'm hoping it's still connected with the same characters and everything. But I really enjoyed the story. At first, I wasn't so sure. It kind of started off kind of cringy, a little weird, and I was like, what's happening? But once I got past page 85, that's when things took off. That's when I was just here for it, everything. It was a really good story. I really overall enjoyed it. All right, so you're probably wondering why it's so close to my face right now. It's because, yeah, it keeps falling. So we're just going to film the rest of the video this way. And this is going to remind you of when I used to film these videos, because I used to film them on my phone, but my phone was so little. I was filming them on a nice little iPhone 5C, but anyway, and 5S. But anyway, the next book that I read was Act Your Age by Eve Brown. This is a really cute story that my sister actually read first, and she was like, Lauren, you need to read this book too. And I was like, okay, I read it. And it was written by another sister girl, Black woman. And I was so excited to be able to read this story because, one, this story was talking about love stories in a way that we hadn't really seen it before, because the male love interest in this was actually on the autistic spectrum. So I thought that was just really great and being awesome, because I'm like, everyone deserves love. And like, I was just excited. And then we found out that Eve herself is also on the autistic spectrum. So I was just swooning and just so excited and so happy, because I was like, this is what we need. This is what we're talking about when we're talking about true representation, telling these stories, because they are never told. So I was really excited about that. And that's by Talia Hibbert again. Anyway, the next book that I read was Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffrey. It was such a cute story. I want to make sure I said her name right. Goffney, Joya Goffney, my bad. This story was so cute. At first I was like, I don't know, she seemed a little cringy, she seemed a little annoying, but I eventually got over it because I was like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet, you're me. It was really heartfelt, another Black love story. I was here for it. As you guys can see, I'm really trying to make sure that I'm reading the stories that have me in these stories, because those are the best stories. Anyway, so Joya Goffney says, for your first novel, you did an amazing job. I genuinely enjoyed that. And that actually came out this year in May. I read it like, I'm pretty sure like a week or 2 weeks after. Yeah, I finished reading it on May 13th. So yeah, it took me like 2 days to read, but I really enjoyed it. And almost all of these books I read via Kindle, so that's why I'm not showing you them. During Corona, I decided that I was going to start looking at books through the library, through Kindle, and been enjoying it. But yeah, the next book that I read was Love is a Revolution by Renee Watson, another sister girl written book, and another Black love story. This story annoyed me though. I gave it 3.5 stars. It was one of the most annoying stories I read, more so because of the main character. The book itself was fine. It was just the main character, Nala. Sis irritated me so much I didn't know what to do, because she kept lying. It's like Aladdin, except she really didn't have to lie. Like, Aladdin didn't have to lie, but it's like that concept of you constantly lying just because you like the person that you're trying to be with. It's like, be your freaking self. So I was just like, what's the point of this story? I was so annoyed, y'all. So annoyed. But overall, I was happy in the end, kind of, not really. But it was still a pretty good book. That's why I still got 3.5 stars, because everything aside from Nala being annoying was pretty chill, pretty good. All right, then next book that I read was Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell. and Faith Erin Hicks, who designed it. This was another graphic art story that Amber read before me, and then she was like, Lauren, you gotta read it, and I read it, and I read it really fast. It was really cute. Another interracial love story. And Sister Girl was BWWM. And Sister Girl is actually in the LGBTQ plus community as well. I'm pretty sure she identifies as bi. So that was really cool as well, just to have that, because I think everyone just assumes that everyone is in that, you know. But I was glad that we had some more representation of people of color, LGBTQ plus community, because we need to uplift them as well. So yeah, that was a really cute story as well that I finished very quickly. And finally, the last book that I've read so far this year, this was actually not in the last video because I finished this book since, but anyway, the book that I finished reading, of course, was King of Scars by Lee Bardugo. So that, of course, is the first book in Nikolai's story. You know, when I went into the story, I didn't know what I was expecting. I just thought, I forgot Nikolai would be a king now. I don't know why, because that's how Ruin and Rising ended, with him being king, because everyone kind of died and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, King of Scars messed your girl up, and right now I am reading Rule of Wolves, and I am ruined because one of my favorite characters have been killed off. So, when they have that in the show, if they show any of what happens in King of Scars or Rule of Wolves, I am going to be ruined. Because there's so many, if you have read Rule of Wolves, if you read into the end of King of Scars, you understand my frustration right now. And so, I loved King of Scars. I, of course, gave it 5 stars because why wouldn't I? I really have enjoyed, oh my gosh, I'm crying now because I'm looking at something on Goodreads and they have something that is kind of, because it's still kind of, the wound is still fresh right now from that character being killed off, because I was not expecting that. I will do a review on both of those books because I just want to. But yeah, your girl was like depressed after that. But anyway, I really enjoy King of Scars and I'm really enjoying Rule of Wolves so far. I'm a little over halfway now. Not much over halfway. I think I'm close to it, but anyway, yeah. So that pretty much sums up the rest of this video. I apologize that I had to end up filming this like this, but I actually look a little better. So we're gonna chill. We're gonna be chill with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop down below to say any of the books that you've read this year that you really enjoyed and think that I should check out if you didn't hear it in this video. And I'm still going to be reading a lot more and all that. Make sure to also check out my magazine that I started with my friends, Hear Her Speak Magazine, at hearherspeakmagazine.com, which would lead you to sites.google.com/view/Hear Her Speak Magazine. But anyway, that's the website title, and it has all of our issues, all of our themes of the month, all of our content, everything that you want and more. So if you're bored sometime this summer, check it out because it's really good. We're about to hit a year, so it's really exciting. But anyway, yeah. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't give it a thumbs down. That's just rude. Also, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I shall see you in the next video. Have a great summer. Get vaccinated. Mask up. See you later. Bye.